Good evening and welcome to Tenacious Sports. This is Tenacious Earl, and we are. I'm going to continue with this particular match, which is going to be Baja California hosting Santo Domingo. And I realized that I forgot to complete filling out my score sheet, so I'll do that while I'm talking to you here. So let's switch over to the table over here, which sees Ecatepec and Guayaquil top of the league with 7 points. I don't have to, the way that I'm using pivot tables for my rankings and things like that, it doesn't really do the greatest job of putting actual ranks there, but these two teams, as I'm still writing down, they're basically right next to each other in the table. Baja California, 2 wins, and two wins, period. And Santo Domingo, 1 win, 1 draw. So that's what's separating them at the moment. Not too much. So that's what we have going on in the table. One of these teams will have a very good chance of going top of the table with a win. If Baja California wins, they will be in first place with 9 points. And if Santo Domingo wins, they would join the other 2 teams I mentioned earlier at 7. And if they can win by 2, they would get goal differential and be atop. So let's get over here to the tabletop. And, oh, yeah, I just wanted to write in here these records 2-0-0 for Baja California, Santo Domingo 1-1-0. I already messed that up. Got a message on my phone which distracted me. So tonight was supposed to be a softball night, but we got some flash storming right before the game would have started, so that got postponed. So time for some fun and games. I need to do some more background work on this. One thing I will do before we get started is I'm going to slide this off to the side for a moment, and I'm going to put the chart that I have here. Now, I'm in the midst of even redesigning this more, so this is the chart that I will be using. Show you the difference between this and the previous chart. I will need to get this game board even more out of the way. So, previously I just had where only the play, I only had spaces for the plays here, which is for the most part it's fine. But what I find is that when you get a lot of rebound shots and potentially spectacular saves, you can have up to 3 in a minute of play, 3 total shots, and the space got really condensed. So I decided I wanted to try and do a little bit of sheet designing, and so this is what I've come up with for the time being. Obviously, I'm taking this and throwing it into I'm throwing it into an Excel spreadsheet, which brings together the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended rate. Let's see. I don't know how to fix the bit rate. Maybe stream settings. Oh, I guess it's going to be okay. I don't know. I guess we'll find it. Let me see something here. Where there's a will, there's a way. So that turn down my. How does that work? I mean, my guess is that some of their recommendations, as far as like the bitrate and stuff, if you're playing like a high intensity video game with really intensive graphics and stuff, that may make it quite important. Oh, my hand looks great. Looks like it should be there, although it shouldn't. So what happens here is I've just condensed these lines more because, if I don't want to get out one of the charts, but most of these lines either have a little bit of play information and maybe the first shot, and then so what we have here is, so that I can start putting more detail on this side, I've created a column that just has, so for these extra like rebound shots, they go here with the team, the minute of it, player, and the result of that shot. I mean, I usually put that stuff in here anyway for the original shots. So, although I don't usually put a result, but the rebound shots have much more of a chance where you could end up with a corner kick, or obviously goal kick, but the goal kick doesn't really get resolved in an actual goal kick. There's no like goal kick chart or anything like that. But then I have a spot for cards here. I need to move this a little bit up like so you can see the bottom here. There are injuries generated in this game. I wanted to have enough space for them, but not too much, so I put 3. I think that'll be more than there will be in a half, but you never know. And then usually at most I would expect 2 subs. Now this is going to change a little bit on the I have another design that I'm working on that I think will maybe be better from what I want it for, but we shall see. And then the other side, I've cut back a little bit on the extra shot space because I feel like in the second half we'll definitely see more substitutions and just a couple more spots for cards and stuff. So it'll be kind of like going on over here on the side of where the die roller is that I have on your screen there. And pardon me for a second here. I want to go to my schedule to get my dates. This is going to be September 14, 2025, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember if that's what I started it as, but that's what we're doing. And match week 3, and then game. It's game 20, but this is the 6th match of this game week. And now I can bring back up my the YouTube window so I can see any chat messages that anybody leaves. Feel free to drop a chat message on the way, and we'll just see how this goes with this chart. I think this is the first one that I've used. No, I've used one before. I did one before with this, and it worked out okay. So, but let's get it in action here. So the first thing we'll do is, let me get my little Phillies. They're playing the Marlins tonight. And we'll put it right in the center because we don't know who is the team that goes first. We will use the injury time D6, and 1 through 3 it'll be home, 4 through 6 will be away. And it will be Santo Domingo that will be the first one to take possession. So and let's roll the main dice. So we're gonna the green, we swap the card for the team on offense. Oh boy, what's that red? You know what's funny? I'm not gonna count. I wish it would have come up a little later on in this, because that is a and actually, yeah, I had a couple of, I have like a random number generator going that goes 1 to like 10,000, and it's just every once in a while it'll come up red, which should mean that you substitute out the person. But so early in the match, we're not going to worry about that. So anyway, so there's going to be a build-up. 6 plus 2 is 8, and 8 on the main chart is build-up. And we go off of the green die that indicates certain traits that are on the cards, and strong is the trait that's indicating. So for the offense, we've got 1, 2, 3. For the defense, Ryan Solons has 2, 3, 4. So that will be a tackle and a lost possession. Baja California will take over minute 2. We will rotate out Solons, and now it'll be a sideline battle for 2 minutes. So I've started putting those battles over here, and I think in my new sheet, it's going to be almost completely different and hopefully a little bit quicker, so I don't have to write out SB and stuff like that. But anyway, the visitor gets that, so this is going to be basically a tackle. Santo Domingo regains in the 4th minute. Rotate 3 again, another strong build-up. This time without the 2 of Solons. This is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we go off the decider die is yes, and so on a build-up, the decider die goes to the offensive team. So this will be an attack. I'm going to circle S to indicate an attack, and now we will roll the attack dice. We again rotate 3. And now that, so black is the number of triangles a team needs to be able to have an attack. So they would have to have 6 triangles. They only have 1, 2, 3. Vizcaíno Gordillo has 2. Shermer has 1. So that will not meet that wall of 6. I like to think of it as a wall. And so to get over that wall for the offense, you need that or more triangles. So in this case, we would need three triangle. We would need a 3, a 2, or a 1 on that black die. And it's kind of like the opposite for the defense. You need to have one more square than the. Let me see. I got to make sure I explain this right. For the offense to be able to overcome the defense, if the defense has enough squares on their card to match the number. So in this case, they have 2, 3, 4 squares. That's not enough to get to 6, so they wouldn't have been able to stop it if the offense had the triangles to get it. We'll see them come up together. But see, so this is a failed attack, and no shot is generated. Instead, we look at the offensive team 5, and if Mackay Sweet has a circle, which he does, they will retain possession in the next minute, the 5th minute right there. We'll clear the dice, and we'll re-roll on the main. So now we rotate player 2 from the green die. And this is going to be a take-on, which is an individual 1v1 battle. The black die goes with the black circles on the chart here on the table on the field. So 4, which tends to be a defensive player for the home team, versus 2, which tends to be an offensive player for the away team, and it's off a touch. They both have it. Decider die is no, so this is going to be a tackle and will be lost to Baja California in the 6th minute now. Okay, on Baja California, rotate 1. Now we have a ref decision, which is often a yellow card or could be some other things. This is going to be a defensive foul. We'll rotate 1, and it's going to be player 1, Vizcaíno Gordillo. And he will go with the 1 on from the green die, that is going to be the yellow card. So I'm going to put a Y with a circle around it, and over here, team is Baja California, BC. 6th minute, it's going to be Gordillo. I've already misspelled his name. And it is a yellow card. Oh. So it goes right in there. All right, so in one of my previous videos, I was having a little bit of a difficult time with cards and potentially sendings off. And the thing that we need to remember is, as long as you're playing without these safe cards, players have to go by, there's a little chart at the bottom here, and so a check mark player can be shown a red card. So there aren't any on the currently showing for Santo Domingo. Now for Baja California, you have Pablo Fernandez and Eric Storer, who both have checks, so they could get red cards. Anybody with, they cannot be shown a second yellow. They could be shown a red, not a second yellow. These guys can also be shown a second yellow. The X's, I don't think we have any X's here on the chart. They can only be shown a yellow, and except for rare results, can't be shown a second. So anyway, that's kind of, I was getting all flummoxed and out of sorts with that, but that's kind of the way it goes, and it's okay. So I'm going to put in the 7th minute IFK for intentional free kick. Again, I'm going to try and have a little bit of a different design with my next sheet. But they'll get an indirect free kick, so we just go off the main dice. We flip 4, and it's going to be the same 4 versus 2, except it'll be Gonzalo Alarcón versus Diego Santibanez, and it's hard. Santibanez is hard, Alarcón is not, so that is going to be a tackle, and Santo Domingo will get possession back. So the green 6 for when we have Santo Domingo on offense means that the defense will be the one that has to turn, and you turn the black and the white. Now, the black 6 we don't turn because there's no player 6, but we do turn player 3, and that leads to a sideline battle. And in the case of 6+3, the sideline battle is a 3-minute battle. And then the home team will win that, so it returns to Baja California in the 11th minute. Take a little sip of my drink to wet the palate. Let's keep on moving. Been a pretty uneventful, aside from one card, we haven't really had. Oh, I'm hitting clear dice, that's why. Alright, so we have Baja California, rotate 3, and then this is highlight reel. So Eric Storer comes back up. So now we're going to roll the attack on the highlight reel chart. Highlight reel M is what it's called. Highlight reel main. So instead of rotating anything, 5 and 3 equal 8. And so when we look at 8, defense, green die player injured, removed from game. Use the injury rating to determine the length. So it's Giovanni Principato here in the 11th minute who comes up a little gimpy. So without a check mark on the start for Principato, he's injured for the rest of the game plus a 1 die worth of games. That's going to be 2. We rolled that injury time at the bottom. That's a single die. So I'm going to put an I here and a dash SD. So we're going to put for injuries, it's team SD minute 11, and it's going to be Principato. plus 2 games. So what we will do for the time being, because at 11 minutes and pretty much any, it's rare early in the game and a little less rare late in the game that you would have players ready to sub in. We're going to turn over Principato, and he's going to stay in there until probably the 13th or the 14th minute. And so he is a midfielder, correct? Let me look at match statistics. Well, you can't see him on that screen, but I can move you over here to this one. You can see Principato, midfielder. So we're going to try to find another midfielder to substitute in. And I would prefer from the match events, not the match events, from match fitness. We had, is Duke Shiflett. Duke Shiflett is the one who was match fit other than who's on the bench, other than the goalkeeper. The backup goalkeeper also is. So Duke Shiflett will be coming in for Principato. He's a midfielder and a defender. He can play either position, but he will play midfielder in this particular set. And before the 60th minute, they don't get chips. So, but anyway, Baja California will retain possession, and we'll start the next minute. We're in the 12th minute with no score. Okay, so we're going to rotate 2 on the Santo Domingo side with that, but that's going to be a home field attack. So we will roll the attack dice. That's another black 6, so probably not going to lead to an attack, a successful attack. And definitely only one triangle, so it's failed. It's failed. No shot attempt. 0-4. Gonzalo Alarcon does not have circle, so it's a tackle. 13th minute. We're going to go one more minute before we do that substitution. Okay, we're going to have, it's going to be a 5-minute midfield battle. So the midfield battle is a point in the game where things kind of go back and forth and not much really happens. Well, not much has really been happening in this match to begin with at all. So, but before we get too far into this, we're going to go ahead and do the substitution. Actually, let's count this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put an MB here, but we will, in the 14th minute here, go I'm going to put a big sub with a circle in it right there so we know. So it is going to be in the 14th minute. It's Santo Domingo. Out is Principato. In is Shiflett. And just to show you at the bottom of the sheet here, that's how we have it marked in. Principato will miss 2 games. And maybe Shiflett will play for him there. But anyway. Okay, so the midfield battle, we've gone ahead and take care of that. Now it's going to be the number of players that have tactics. 1, 2, 3. Only 3. Shiflett does not. 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of the midfield battle, it will be Baja California, and they will have an attack coming out of the midfield battle. So another large black number. We're gonna, and actually a large sum means there won't be a shot at this. We rotate 3, and there are not 5 triangles, so it's going to be failed attack. 04 Alarcon still does not have a circle, so this is going to be another tackle. Santo Domingo will get possession. Another midfield battle will flip-flop the 2 position. And now we're going to put down, I need to move this up here, midfield battle and the second line. Touch will now be the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, it'll be Baja California. Eventually here, you would think that you would get the snapback of some lower black dice numbers. Okay, well there's a 3. So we're going to rotate 4. But now they need 3 triangles, and they only have the 1 for Pablo Fernandez. So this is going to be another failed attack. But this time it will generate a shot by Alessandro Governal. Wide. And now D5, Malagon Machuca does not have a circle, so the next minute will be possessed by Baja California. Rotate 2. Another midfield battle, another 2-minute one. And this time it'll be touch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And nothing changed on the defense. So this is going to be another attack for Baja California. And that is going to be one that will generate a shot on target. So we rotate 5. So you need 1 triangle, and they only have it with Jurgen Shiwa. But they do have it there. And you need 5 squares on Santo Domingo to counteract it, and they have 1, 2. So for the defense to stop the attack, the number of squares has to equal or overcome the number of white die, the number on the white die. So if they get 5, that's enough. If they have 6, that's fine. But 5 is enough. 4 is not. But this is going to be a shot on target. So we go to hit success, and it's going to be 0-3 shot, which is Eric Storer. In this case, this is not a very good opportunity for them because his shot number, I'll hold it up here, is actually double scissors. And scissors, you can see that there. They're not easy to see with, oh, there we go. They're scissors, which is going to cut the chance of anything being generated. Now, one last thing that could happen is we could see this flip. We're going to hit green die. There is going to be a flip based on that, but it will be the 1. Not to mention the 05 is Federico Paz, which is he has no assists. So basically there's very little chance of, this will be a shot on target by Storer. But you need to have on the shot here, you would need to have a 7, a 5, 6, or 7 would probably be the best chance. But instead, it's going to be a 9, which is going to be gathered in by Pando Veras. And the next minute we'll have Santo Domingo with possession. So they do get a shot on target. But what they're hoping is they get Ryan Sullins. He's got 5 stars. So and preferably someone with at least a nothing on their assist, and possibly 1 would be good enough. So but the double scissors is it. So let's say that Federico Paz had 4 assist rating for whatever reason. This would have cut that all the way down to 1. You would have had 4 stars. Normally you would add the number of stars of the shot and the assist. So that would be 4 if there was no stars whatsoever. But because of scissors, it cuts it not only in half, the second one cuts it another half. So it's basically 1/4. So, all right, let's go to Santo Domingo. We're going to rotate 5, and this is going to be a straight up attack. as long as they have a triangle, and they do. So they have 3 triangles showing right here, but it's going to be a 5. So unless we see 2 triangles come up on this 4 rotation, which we don't, that's going to be a failed attack. It's going to generate a shot by Gordillo that's wide in the 25th minute. Now, D5 is Federico Paz. He has a circle, so possession will be lost, and the next minute will be started by Baja California. Rotate 2. This is going to be a take-on with Pablo Fernandez here. The touch versus 4, Giuseppe Zero. Also touch. The decider die says yes, so this will be an attack. We could do something here. When you have a take on, there's a couple of special things you can do. You can do what we won't do here is the long range shot option, because his shot isn't good enough. He does have 4 assists, so what you could do is 4 stars on the assist. There is an individual effort option. So what you can do is you can go off of those stars and roll on this chart, and if the chart comes up that somebody has, as long as it's under 5 stars that the player needs, it's a goal. But now there are several combinations that lead to just turnovers. So let's try it in this situation. We're gonna try. So if we do this, it's if this leads to a goal, it would be he would be assisting somebody. So let's see. I'm going to find I want to find my book here, just because I think so. The sum of 6 is a 4-star. But now the thing is, we just rolled the 2, which in theory on the green die would swap those 2. But I needed. Let's see. Individual effort. If player wins take on, instead of initiating attack, he'd like to do it himself, move the ball towards the goal, and either take shot himself or use the ball handling abilities pass to an open teammate. This would be the one who would. Result is referenced using the player's shot or assist rating, whichever is greater. If it's the same, you may choose either. Roll all 3 dice and check the result in the individual effort chart. Note that if you choose a player's assist rating for individual effort, any goal scored should be credited to a different player. Note that if a team is playing shorthanded due to injury, well, suffice it to say, I think that what you need to do here, because you're rolling all 3 dice, the 2 is supposed to be changed. So this goes over to Jurgen Shiva instead. His assist rating is 3, so you needed a 4 or better. This is not going to happen. He would have had to make the spectacular save, the goalie, which Rudy Chacon has only a 1 spectacular save, so the chances of that being converted were going to be good. Instead, it's going to be a turnover, so there's not even a shot there. So we just kind of burn their possession. It's going to be taken over. We'll just put an X and a circle. And it's going to go to Santo Domingo. Thought it was worth a shot, and it almost worked out. If we wouldn't have had the 2, we would have ended up spectacular saving with Fernandez providing an assist probably to Sullins, but the pesky green die prevented a great individual goal. Another 2 roll, and this is going to be another take on 1 versus 5, and it's going to be touch here, no touch there, so it's going to be a tackle taken over by Baja California. 28th minute, it is still 0-0. As you can see on your scoreboard up in the very upper left. Rotate 1. It'll be a 3-minute sideline battle. 1, 2, 3. visitor gets possession. Clear the dice and roll. It'll be a rotation of 4, and most circles wins this 3-minute sideline battle. So we've had a bunch of lulls in the action here, and the most circles 1, 2 for Gordillo, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. So the side rotate 2 is going to be build up, and touch again is going to be the needed quality. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Decide or die is yes, so this will be a successful build up leading to an attack for Baja California. Now they need some help in this particular roll, and I'm not sure they're going to get it with the black 1, which they meet that, but now they need 2. They needed them to only have 1 square shown, but they do have 2, so this does satisfy it. It's going to be a failed attack. D2 is Shermer. He does not have a circle, so Baja California will retain possession, but that was fended off. Another build up. This time it's going to be the strong after we rotate position 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be a tackle. Santo Domingo takes over in 37. This has been a very quiet match. Rotate 3. It's going to be a 2-minute sideline battle. The most circles showing. Again, now it's 5 for showing for Santo Domingo, while only 2 for Baja California. So that is actually going to be a successful attack here, or a successful oh wait, no, that's a sideline battle. We don't I didn't do this right. I'm getting out of my lane here. I need to put down SB for 2 minutes, and now Santo Domingo will take, oh wait a second, I'm still wrong, because that was Santo Domingo had it there. Then we have the 2-minute sideline battle to here, and now we have them having possession again. Santo Domingo. Rotate 3, another build-up. Again, strong, and I don't think Baja California has much strong. 1, 2 only. 1, 2, 3. So this will be an attack coming for Santo Domingo. We're going to rotate 4, 1 and 1. That's fortunate for Baja California, because that would have been a very easy attack for them to get going on the offensive end, but on the defensive end they do have enough squares to overcome that, so it's just going to be a tackle. Or no, it's not a tackle. It's another failed shot, and then D1 is Governal. He does have a circle, so that is going to be possession grabbed by Baja California. Rotate 1. That'll get Solons back out there with his 2 circles and 2 triangles. Now this is pace buildup. He has pace. 1, 2, 1. Only 1 for Santo Domingo. So Baja California gets the attack, and now they have 3 triangles showing. Oh, but you have to rotate 1. There goes 2 of them, and this is now going to be a thwarted attack. 0-4 wide. It'll be Alarcon gets a shot. And then D4, Giuseppe Zero does not have a circle, so Baja California will retain it in the 41st minute. Rotate 4. It's going to be a 4-minute midfield battle. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the 44th minute. Midfield battle. Hard is going to be the quality to check 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2. So it will be Baja California with the attack coming out of this. They could really use another one on the green die over here. But we're going to get how much injury time. We're going to say 4 minutes of stoppage time. So let's see what the attack is. Won't be that. It's going to be, we're going to rotate 2 and 3 on the opponent. Not enough triangle showing. You needed at least 2. They haven't had Sullens as the top card nearly enough to be able to generate attack. So this is going to be another failed attack. It's going to be 0-4 wide shot. This time it'll be Mbasi. D4 again, 0, so they will keep possession again. Rotate 1 this time, and it's going to be a tackle. They have a Santo Domingo has a square showing, so it's just going to be a tackle. They'll take over now. 2nd minute of stoppage time. Rotate 5, Mackay Sweet. And this is going to be a midfield battle, which is going to close out the half, I do believe. We're going to cut it down to 3 minutes, and then we're going to give, let's see, the tactics. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one last chance, because you can't end on a midfield battle. We're just going to cut it to 3. Baja California with an attack here. Rotate 4. They would need 4 triangles. They only have 3, so this is going to be a failed attack. It's going to be Fernandez taking a shot wide. 0-1 circle. Sullens has it, but this is going to end the first half with no score. A rather muted first half for both teams. 1 card, 1 injury, about 5 shots in total. Move over here and I will start putting these guys in. 6th minute was I realized I wrote the wrong team in my yellow card. Gordillo is with Santo Domingo. All right, so then so that way you can kind of see my markings here. So after that yellow, the first thing is going to be in the 11th minute. It's the injury to Principado. Injury length 2 games. So then after that, the next one is in the 14th minute. It's a Santo Domingo sub. So out, it's Principado. In comes Shiflett, which we haven't even seen him. He is a midfielder in this game. So we don't get a shot on, even a shot intended at target until the 21st minute in this game. It's going to be Baja California. Shot for Governal. 24th minute, Baja California gets an on-target shot from Stover. 25th minute, Santo Domingo gets their first shot from Gordillo, excuse me. And then it's not until the 40th minute that we get another shot from Baja California. And then 45th minute, Bossy. And then we're going to say the 50th minute, just because this table doesn't really cover the +5 or whatever, but this is going to be another shot for Baja California. Pablo Fernandez, and that's it. And then for this little chart, I have a little half change. I put a yes in there, so that way if I put in 46 here, the half changes to 2. But I'm going to delete that for now. Your match statistics are pretty abysmal. 5 total shots for Baja California, only 1 for Santo Domingo. And there you have it. Oh, one other thing I guess I can put in here is this is the other. We have 1 yellow card. We don't have any offsides yet. We don't have any corner kicks. No goals. Pretty turgid match so far. So let's come back over here to the tabletop, clear this, clear the dice. Flip this guy over. Santo Domingo started, so it'll be Baja California with possession to start the second half. And we'll see if we get any other good stuff going in this second half. Okay, it's going to be Baja California. We move that there. We rotate 4. It's a build-up. Hard. 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. Decide or die, yes. So this will be an attack. They have 3 showing here. 1 black means that this is going to be they're going to be able to meet it on the offensive end. The defense won't. They only have 2. They don't cover 4, so this is going to be a successful build-up and a successful attack. 0-4, Gonzalo Alarcón is showing, getting the shot. He will not swap, so it'll be 2. So this is going to need a middle of the road roll here. So this is going to be a shot on target for Alarcón, but it ain't going to amount to a hill of beans. That's an 11, which is going to be gathered in by the goalkeeper. And the next minute, Santo Domingo will get to have a counterattack with no squares on Baja California. So we're going to put S and CA here. This is going to be a Santo Domingo counterattack. We're going to clear the dice. We're going to start right with the attack dice. And all they need is a 3 on the black. If they get 3 or less, and they do get 3, so this is, we rotate 4, but that will be a successful attack. And this is going to be potentially Vizcaíno Gordillo taking the shot unless something changes. Pando Veras is currently showing with the assist, and he has 2 assists. So this is going to be a full 6 on the black die available to them if we don't end up with a 1 or a 4 right here. Oh, and it's a 1. So that's going to swap out with Roman Chamorro. So this is going to be a shot on target for Chamorro. Fortunately, he's not bad. He has 3 stars, 2 stars for Varys. So this is going to be 5 on the black die. And they're going up against Brooks Kuba, who has an on-target save rating of 3. So if this ends up being 5 or less on the black and 4 or more on the white, this is going to be a goal. And it's 1 and 3, so this is going to be saved. Big save for Brooks Kuba on the shot in close by Chamorro, and then we have if there is 1 square on defense, which there is pause, they have more than 1 square, it's going to be D4 collects. So Alarcon gets it, and the threat is over. So a counterattack leads to a shot on target by Chamorro, but Kuba is big enough for the save, and play carries on. Good evening, Dwayne. Good to see you. Dwayne, don't call me Mike Martz. Mike Martz, a former head coach in the NFL. Dwayne Martz, a fellow YouTuber, and appreciate him coming out here. But it's going to be Baja going. It's going to be home field advantage. We're going to rotate 2. It's going to get Shiwa out there for Pablo Fernandez. They have 3 triangles showing, and it's going to be a black 5, which is not going to generate a successful attack. Will be a shot by Solons. But 0-3, Arav Carrero has a circle, so they will retain possession. Let's circle the B for the attack to have been successful. Right there, yellow card for Gordillo. That's the only one. And I'll say it again here in the second half, but after doing a little bit of research, looking at the rules and the different charts, there is a chart here. It's a really small one that kind of shows up. It almost looks like the footer for the chart, but it says card ratings, and as long as you aren't using the safe cards, the only players that can get a red, the only ones that can get a second yellow are the Czechs. The other ones cannot get second yellows, barring like a weird rare results. So now the Czechs and the blanks can get reds, so you have to watch out for that. But I shouldn't have gotten so worked up the last time, but that's okay. That's kind of what it's about. Live and learn. Try and try again. So we rotate 3, home field attack. So Baja California will go again. But we're going to rotate out Solons, and they were going to have a black 6 anyway, so this is not going to amount to it. It'll be a shot by Fernandez wide. O1 is Governal. They will retain possession, so they're having a little bit of possession right here now. We're going to rotate 1 again. That will be helpful if they can have another chance at an attack. Solons has 2 triangles, which is basically the bulk of their triangles sit right there on that card. Pace. So Solons has store 2, 3, 4 on this build-up. For Santo Domingo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be a tackle. and an unsuccessful buildup. Takes over Santo Domingo. Rotate 3. Another buildup, this time strong. They only have 2 strong this time. We got 1, 2. So Solon's has a strong with an underline, which means that's worth 2. 3, 4. So that's going to be another loss of possession, and Baja California will take this one over on that from that buildup. Rotate Solon's out again. It's going to be another home field attack. So right now they need a black 1. Oh wow, they get it. How about that? Get Chamorro swapped with the green 6. We get the 1 and the 3 for Santo Domingo flipped. And now, do they have 3 squares? They do not. They do have the 1 triangle on offense. So this is going to be a successful attack, but 4... Oh, actually, this is going to be... This is actually at low. You're going to get a shot on target from either Governal or... That's going to be a spectacular save opportunity. So Governal... We're not... Well, oh boy, the 6... The green 6 could wipe this off. But this is going to be a shot on target for Governal. Could be our first goal here, but we will have to see. Rudy Chacon for Santo Domingo has only 1 spectacular save star. So we'll roll the shot. It's an 8. 1 or better saved. He is a 1. So this is a save, and it goes out for a corner kick. So we haven't gotten a whole lot of luck in seeing a goal here yet. We may get one before the end of it, but we just can't seem to get the right rolls for it right now. So a corner kick now, the first one of the match. This is for Baja California. Ooh, and we rotate 1, and now it's going to be a corner kick ref decision. So it goes off the K chart. Attack. 5. We rotate 5, and now it's a 7. So that is going to be defense foul, hard player given yellow card, direct free kick. So is 5 hard? He is. So it's going to be a yellow for Machuca. That's in the 53rd minute. He does have a check for the card there, so anyway. All right, so it's going to be a direct free kick opportunity for Baja California. Oh, actually, I don't like to put that in this. I'm redesigning my score sheet to be a little bit different here in the future. Oh, I don't care. The yellow cards are fine. I mean, it should help to dictate what you're doing as far as maybe your substitutions as well. But so, does anybody have a kick rating? No. Okay, so Jurgen Shiva does. So that's going to be their direct kick taker is Jurgen Shiva. Now I don't have to move him over, but let's see what the so we're going to clear the dice, and we're going to rotate out Solon's, and nothing comes of the direct free kick because the chart only goes up to 5. If it's 6 and above, it's just a normal finish. That's going to be a tackle. Based on the squares on Santo Domingo, they will gain possession going into the 55th minute. Okay, it's a 6, so we rotate the defensive team. It'll be a star build-up this time. 1. Only 1 over here. We got 1. Well, 1 on Baja California as well, and the decider die is yes. So this will be a successful build-up for the visitor attack, and that's going to be 6s. So the attack is going to fail, and it's not going to generate a shot. we have to see what we have to check for the circle. It's going to be defense or offensive 5. It's going to be Mackay Sweet, so they do keep possession. Rotate 5. And it's going to lead to a corner kick. So I'm going to assign a shot to Machuca. It's going to lead to a corner kick. Keep forgetting to put the... It's going to be Santo Domingo corner kick. So one each now for these teams. Let's and same, actually exact same result. A tackle, rotate 1. Got squares there, so it'll be Baja California taking over after the corner kick. Rotate 2, another tackle. We're not in the 60th minute yet, where that would lead to some subs, but. Another tackle. We go back to Santo Domingo. Clear the dice. Rotate 1. Build up on pace. They have 4. Santo Domingo. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 for Baja California. So this is going to be a successful build up. And the attack, we're going to rotate 4 and 5 on the defense. They only have 3 triangles, so this is going to be a failed attack shot wide by Shiflet, the sub for Principado earlier. 0-2, Santa Banyas does not have a circle, so Baja California takes it over. Green 6, we rotate 3, sideline battle for 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. And home team will take over. Baja California. They'll keep possession. Okay, we're going to rotate 1 and 5 on the defense. And so we go with 1 versus 5. Neither of them are stars, so this is a failed attack, or a failed take on, and possessions lost to Santo Domingo. We are back in this little bit of a back and forth where nothing's really going on. Ref decision on the M chart. Rotate 1. And then we go to neutral ref. Defense foul. Hard player shown, yellow card. Is to a hard player. He is. It's Pablo Fernandez. Yellow card. It's going to be an indirect free kick. So this is in the 64th minute. It's going to lead to an indirect free kick for Santo Domingo. So now, we have not had any subs for Baja California yet. We're going to start thinking about that right now. And who has? Well, both. So Fernandez is the only one who has. So it's going to be Jun Su O is going to be the sub when it happens. We're not ready to do that yet. Oh, well, maybe we are. So with the corner kick roll, this is where we get an automatic sub. Final 30 minutes. Green die offense player, which is going to be Santo Domingo. So it'll be 3. Chico Cusmano. And then it'll be Eric Storer. They will both be substituted off. So let's do this. So it'll be Santo Domingo in the 65th minute. So Cusmano we're going to go with a Jude Manwaring. Who is a midfield forward, but he will play midfield in this particular instance. So out was Cuzimano. I like Manwaring partly because one of the better defensive catchers of like the 90s was Kurt Manwaring, and he was from not far where I grew up, but played for the Giants and the Rockies, I believe. But so then our other sub will have to be Store. He will seed for Jun Soo O. So BC. Out goes Store. Alright, so a green chip for O, a blue chip for Manwaring because he has a triangle. And we're ready to get going again. That's going to lead to a corner kick. Not going to worry about the shot that I usually generate in this case. When we get this late, I'm not going to worry about that. So another corner kick. Okay, so 3 is going to be the corner kick highlight reel. Of course, we rotate 3. That gets rid of Manwaring's chip, and he gets shuffled to the bottom. But now we go to highlight reel corner kick. And now we roll on the attack. That's going to rotate 5. And what is 5 on the corner kick? Offensive player 05, opportunity to make header shot for goal. Use player's head rating. It's Machuca. He has a blank head rating. So that's going to be 2 through 5 on our shot. Of course, let's rotate green because that... Okay, so he won't change. We will say that... so who is... I think we would be saying that Shermer would be taking the corner kick, so we would give the assist to Shermer if it works out here. But here's the shot. It's a 4. That is going to be a goal. That is a header goal for Malagon Machuca. So the visitors break through in the 66th minute. So, go! Anyway. I thought I was going to have another one of the... scoreless draws here for you on the channel, but fortunately that was not a very good opportunity in terms of the chances that you get from Machuca taking that header, but it worked out and 1-0. So that means Baja California's got to get their butts in gear. Well, all right, so we're going to get another substitution for each team, and this is going to clear out the subs for... Let me see if I can, because this is kind of... There we go. Because my camera was a little bit askew, so everything, I was trying to like straighten it up and it didn't look right. So, okay, so subs again. So Governal is going to have to come out. This is the 67th minute. usually don't put in somebody who's not fit. But in this case, because we're going forward and they're behind, we need to go with a forward. So it's going to be Dragomir Stojka coming in. And that's, so let's see, man-wearing midfielder. Midfielder, Stojka, forward. Okay, and then we need Santo Domingo, the defender. So Machuca is going to come off as soon as he gets the goal. And they're going to bring in Adam Fall as the replacement. And this will be their final switch. You know what? It's not going to be. I'm changing my mind. I think you can overrule some of the switches when you have a team that's already made changes. So Machuca is going to stay in. Now, a green die goes, or a green chip goes to Stojka. But we're so both teams have made 2 subs. It's I think out of line right now for. But we're going to get a corner kick out of this for Baja, California. So, I'm going to rotate 3. There goes the green chip. And it'll be a sideline battle for 2 minutes. Most circles 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So, taken over by Santo Domingo. We're in the 70th minute. It is 1-0 Santo Domingo. Rotate 4, but it's going to be a home field attack. Stojka will use the chips, so that's going to be worth 3 triangles. That brings them up to 4. Rotate 2. Still have 4. 2 versus 6. They don't have 6 squares. There are, and because they played that chip, they have 3, 4. That overcomes the 2. So this is going to be a successful shot. It'll be Shiva unless we have the green die change it up. Let's see who moves. It's going to be 6. That creates a whole new can of worms. This is going to be a shot on target. 0-2 assists, so there's no assist. It's going to be Shiva. So we only got 2 triangles for Shiva. You got 3 stars on target save for Chacon, and it's going to be 6 and 6. That's 12. Goalkeeper collects passes to D5. Well, let's see. On die roll combination, black, white 6. Ball bounces it. Whoa, what? Oh, that's nuts. That's nuts. So goalkeeper, so if you look here, goalkeeper collects pass to D5 with the little cross. Cross on die roll combination of green 6, black 6, white 6. Ball bounces back into net as goal to D5. Own goal. That's going to tie the ball game. That is going to tie it, and what we will do is we will use this little chart that says own goal detail. So this is going to be Santo Domingo own goal. Let's clear the dice. 7. Oh, we roll 1 die. We'll roll the 3. D3 charged with the own goal. So that's going to be man-wearing. Oh, how tough. That stinks. I was rooting for him, but now it's he's going to be the heel if they don't get another goal. So that's not the kind of goal you want when you're a player. So 71st minute. It is man wearing. So now it's 1-1. And just to show you this sheet here, when that's an own goal, it gets charged as a goal for Baja California. So the game is back afoot with a 1-1 draw currently going on. Terrible break for Santo Domingo. They will get the ball to start the next minute of play, though, the 72nd minute. So, boy, there's another 666, huh? So that's going to be offsides. It's a counterattack unless that green die is 6, and then it's offsides. Oh, and because it was 666 before, too, there was no switch over here either. So Baja California gets it, and now we get all 4s. Rotate 4, and now we get hard buildup. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a tackle. Each team gets one more sub, by the way, just so we remember that. And we're at a point now, we're getting towards the 80th minute, where if we get either 10 or 11 on a roll, we will do the final sub. It was just a little early to do, because if there's an injury to somebody and they can't make a sub, then they got to play down a man. So strong, we go 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2. So this is going to be an attack for Santo Domingo. They have 3 triangles showing. Well, they fulfill their... Well, actually, there goes Gordillo. He's going to be out of there, so it's only going to be 2, and that will not work out. That'll be 0-5. That'll be Machuca wide with a shot, the goal scorer. D3 is Carrero. He has a circle, so it's going to be Baja California with the ball. So, hi, Ken. I will just give you a quick recap. It's been a relatively quiet game. A couple of yellow cards, not many shots. There were only 5 shots for Baja California in the first half, and 1 for Santo Domingo. It was pretty lacking in offense. But then we got to the 66th minute, and a blazing header from Malagon Machuca from coming up from the back line on a corner kick put Santo Domingo ahead 1-0. But then, on an unfortunate kick by Rudy Chacon, he hit man-wearing in the back of the leg, and it went into their own goal. So that's made it 1-1. So that's where we stand in this one in the 75th minute, and Baja California takes over. For now, I'm calling them the Baja Boys. I don't know. I really need to come up with some good nicknames for each of these. So I'll put some thought into it this weekend. All right, so 6 means we rotate 1 and 4 on the defense. And it's going to be a ref decision. So let's see. So we will rotate 3 over here, and then it's going to be a 5, which is one of these chances at potentially a spectacular save. Depends on the next green die roll that I do here. So what is this? This is a 5. So we roll 1 die. If it's 1-5, it's offside. And there it is. If it was a 6, they'd have a chance at a spectacular goal, but not this time. Santo Domingo takes over, rotate 4. That's a tackle, and there is a square showing, so we move right along. And there's going to be a 6-minute midfield battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We rotate 2 and 5. And then it's the number of stars. 1, 1. The decided die says yes on the midfield battle. It goes to the home team. So we come out of the midfield battle with an attack for Baja California. Oh, and they get to roll the 1, but the 5 is on the black die is going to rule out a potential good attack. Solon's has 2 triangles, and without him showing, they really don't have much of a chance for an attack. But in this case, 3 isn't enough to get the 5, so this is going to be a failed attack. No shot. It goes by 0-4, which Mbasi does have a circle, so Baja California keeps going into the 84th minute. Oh, we need to roll first. Uh-oh. So 2 squares over here. Yes, they do have it. This is going to be a counterattack for Santo Domingo. And they have 3 showing with Gordillo. Rotate 4. 1 versus 3. So they've got enough on the offense, but there's 1, 2, 3 on defense. So this is going to be thwarted by Baja California. It's failed. It's going to be a shot by Mackay Sweet. D3 is Jun Suo. That will not be earned. So Santo Domingo continues. Rotate 3. This is going to be 3v3. Strong. Neither of them have strong, so that's going to be a tackle and go to Baja California. Let's do our final substitutions here. I think both teams will be plenty content getting out of here with a draw, but I think, you know what, let's roll the green, and that will tell us who we're going to move. So it'll be Veras. Wait, no, it's going to be Mbasi. We'll go out for Oseguera, and then we'll bring in Colton Wallace for Shermer. We'll do one of those jobbers here in the 86th minute. So for Baja California, 86th minute is going to be, Bassi out, Oseguera in. Gets a green chip. And then for Santo Domingo in the 86th minute, it'll be Shermer. Coming out for Wallace. That's midfield. We'll call him a midfielder as well, just so kind of keeps it consistent there. Another 2 triangles there, so with a blue chip, so that should be a chance for them maybe to get a goal. Let's see. 4-2 on the defense, so there goes Wallace's chip, and there he goes to the bottom of the deck. So tough luck there. 4 gets flipped. Star take on for 4 versus 2. Neither of them have stars, so this is going to be a tackle. Santo Domingo takes over. Rotate 3. Sideline battle for 2 minutes. Most circles. 2 there. 1, 2, 3. Santo Domingo keeps. Rotate 2. They're going to get Wallace back up front. And now touch. 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. Decide or die, yes. So this will be an attack. Oseguera has the green chip. He's going to use that to add 3 squares to the defensive for the defending the attack. And it's good that he had them because he needed 3 squares, and they don't have them as it's showing. 4 we flip here. Won't have any effect, but that's going to be a failed attack, and it's going to be 0-4 shot wide. That'll be Virus. D4, Osaguera does not have a circle, so let's see how much injury time. 5 minutes. So still some time for a winner here. Santo Domingo keeps control. We rotate one on the defense side, and this is going to be a straight up attack. Oh boy, and that is a great roll to get an attack for Santo Domingo. 2 is going to be fine, as they have 4 triangles showing, and a 6 means that this is going to be a shot on target. We're going to rotate 4. Oh, I need to put the success. And it'll be 0-4 assist. It'll be Varus again. 0-2 shot. It's going to be Wallace. Shot on target for Wallace. Varus with the assist. So they've got 6 right off the bat as far as stars go. There's no 6 on the green die that's going to thwart anything. So now it's a matter going up against Brooks Kuba. He has 3 on target stars. If the white die is 4 or more, this is going to be a goal. And it's a goal. A late winner. Could it be a late winner from Colton Wallace? It looks like it will be. What a big goal for Santo Domingo on the road. Hostile crowd. In the first minute of second half stoppage time, the super sub gets the goal. And Baja California, trying to hold on for dear life, couldn't do it. So now it's up to Baja California. Can they find a way to a neutralizing goal? The only way they're going to be able to do it here is if they get a green 1. They don't get it there. It's not the only way, but that's probably the best way. Yeah, let me get this moved up here so you can see my chart. So that's going to be a tackle. They have squares showing up here, so Santo Domingo gets it back. Now, we can do this where if Santo Domingo now gets an attack generated from one of their rolls, they can go into like a time wasting mode. So basically drain the clock. Okay, we're going to rotate 1. This is highlight reel off the main chart. This could be another injury, which would not be so good. I think we're going to add another. We're going to make it 6 because of the goal in stoppage time. But let's see what goes on with this. Oh, boy. Okay, so this is a rare result off highlight reel M. So all bets are off here. See what kind of craziness is going to come out of this. Let's rotate 3. And let's see, 6. Green die player, shot blocked. Defender pass back to goalie. Keeper allows it into the net. Goal. Own goal. So that's Manware. So this is going to be basically a second own goal, but going the other way. So we're going to put a shot in there. Well, that's blocked. Well, we're going to call that off target. So that's going to be for man-wearing. Defender pat. Let's see, which defender is it going to be? This is crazy. Sometimes you get these games where you just get wacky rolls, and you just have to, I guess, accept them. 5. 1 or 5. So that's D5 is going to be charged with the own goal. So it's going to be Brock Barraclough. That might be his second one of the season. I feel like he might have had one before. That's 90 plus 4. So that makes it 3-1 Santo Domingo. And that's getting a tad absurd, but okay, well, we're going to rotate 4, and this is going to be a home field attack. So we're going to have a couple more minutes here. We're going to rotate 2. 5 versus 3 isn't going to get it done. So it's failed. It's going to be a shot by Shewa. 0-1. Stoica doesn't have it, so that's going to be Santo Domingo. We will honor the 3-minute sideline battle. Most circles, no, it's going to be kept. So this is the last gasp right here. Whatever happens. Oh yeah, we're not even going to worry about it. Forget it. Coming out of the sideline battle. No worries. This game was settled anyway. 3-1 is your final. No worries. No sweat. Some days you just got to take it as it comes and not get all worried about the rules that, you know, stoppage time in this game is sort of like a fluid thing anyway, so. So, Santo Domingo will move up. They will get into a tie at the top of the league. Principado 2-game injury, but top of the league. With a 2-goal margin, that will vault them to the top. So let's just go ahead and fill in the rest of these events. Yep. Thanks, Dwayne. I'm just going to go ahead and do this while I'm sitting here. And I'll keep an eye on what's going on over on on the chat here. If anybody has any questions, any thoughts, any plans for coming up here on the weekend. We just had a bunch of storms come through. It's been a wacky week where it's just like you can't tell if it's going to be you can't tell if it's going to rain or not. It's like, looks like it might, but then it doesn't. And then tonight was the one where maybe it wouldn't have, and then it all of a sudden really came through as you know, it's one of those where you were kind of hoping, well, as they said it's going to rain, it looks like it could be bad, but maybe it'll just go by the wayside, you know, and it didn't. So okay, so 53rd, that's going to be Santo Domingo with yellow for Machuca. And then 56th minute, we've got a couple shots for Machuca, and then he scores the goal a little later here. So 59. Okay, 64 is our other yellow in the second half. It's going to be for Baja, California. Pablo Fernandez. 65th, we've got some subs. Alright, so this is where, oh, I missed a couple of corner kicks too, didn't I? Oops. 53rd minute. Let's insert. was for Baja. That one. And 57 minute. We'll put another insert right here. Oops. Oops. Learn how to spell, Earl. And so then the goal ends up being a corner kick goal in the 66th minute here. So 66. Oops. That's Santo Domingo corner kick. CK goal. Actually, I don't think I need to add that because I think. I'll have to see later. Chuka from Shermer. Oops. Okay, so 67, we had more subs. Oh, that's right. That was the only one that time. There's only one sub. 68. Another corner kick for Baja California. Definitely a lot more action in this second half. Unfortunate for Baja California. They should have had a chance in this, but they didn't really. So own goal for Manwaring. Eventually I need to figure out how I can marry in the other chart that I have in with this one, so I can not have to double down on some of the things that I'm typing in here. 75, we off 84. Attack shot for Sweet. Okay, 86 minutes. This is where we get our final subs. Out. Bossy. The spreadsheet. Yes, this is something that I've... every game I seem to have a bit of refinement. So I have like a template, but then it's like every game I'm taking the one that I've just done, which I've made a couple of little upgrades, fixing a couple of, like, you know, what do you want to say? Flaws, bugs that I find. And I'm like, okay, well then I just have to take the new one, archive the old template, take the new sheet, make a copy of it, and then delete all of the raw data out of it so that I can repurpose it for again, and then I just start again, and it's just like each time it's the same stupid thing I just don't use, but it's kind of the best way to get it to work until you have really gotten yourself to the point where you feel like everything is constantly giving you what you want when it comes to the output. So Santo Domingo, shot, Veris. So you could kind of see here, where is our half check? So we had 11, no, we had 10, because the first row is a header row. So the first half had 10 events that were worth recording. The second half, of course, that includes 6 lines here for subs, but we have 30 already, and we still haven't gotten to stoppage time, where we do get a goal right here. 91. That's going to be goal for Wallace. And that was, I think that was Veras. Yep, Pando Veras got the assist on that. And then 93rd minute. And here is 94 with Baja, California, own goal for Barraclaw. And we're going to have to look that up. He may have 2 own goals now in this season. It's only 3 games in. 95th, this will be it. Baja shot for Shiwa. That's it. That's it. All right, so let's get to our match stats here. So for Baja, California, you know what? Let me check here. I'm going to check something first. Let's see the team stat view. 3 corner kicks for Santo Domingo, 1 goal, 2. I just want to double check my, let's see, Santo Domingo. I don't think they had a corner kick in the first half. 1, 2. Yeah, so I need to take one, the one there right before this goal. Where is that at? Right here. So that's just something I have to remember, that when I'm calculating the team stats, there's only 2 corner kicks for each team. So I have that here. It not only adds the ones that are corner kick plus the ones that are corner kick goal. I have that cut off. You can't see it, but there you go. Count ifs. So this space right here goes count ifs, which means, so what that means is, okay, we're going to take this column here out of match events, which is this table. So we have the event column and the team column that are, or this team AB, team abbreviation. Those are the important things. So for match events, the team, actually you won't even see the team. It's a hidden column here, but this team is over here in a hidden column. It looks up the full team name off of this little abbreviation. So BC will put Baja California over there. So anyway, coming back to this view, it looks at that team column and says how many match C3, which is this, Santo Domingo. And then it goes to the event and how many of those equal CK also. So there are one of those, and then there are one of these where it's CK goal. So it adds them together with this little plus sign, and that's the count ifs. So, but back to match stats here. That's another thing I forgot to do. When I put my subs in, I have to add the, let's see, so Stoica, let me double check, make sure. Yeah, Stoica is a forward. Then Oseguera is a defender. Wallace, I put him as a midfielder. So that over here, that will, I have all of this coded up to be able to seek out those things and give the correct minutes played over here. That's not correct. Cuba allowed 3 goals. Let's see. That's why I have PK goal and not. Yeah, so not CK goal probably. So let's fix it. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to copy that. Plus, we're going to call this CK goal for the corner kick goals. Now watch. I'm doing it in this one, but I have this little guy up here. So if position is the goalkeeper, then it does. So over here, position says goalkeeper right down here. since this is a table, this will repeat all the way down. So all I have to do is now hit enter. That goes up to 3. So I've done a lot of analysis with Football Reference. There's no shot faced on an own goal, but the goalie does get that counted against their goals against. So Cuba gets 3 goals allowed. He faced only 2 shots on target and only saved. Whoa, that's another one that's wrong. He didn't save either of them, right? On target. I guess he did save one. Oh, you know why? That's why. This is another one that needs to have the corner kick goal. So the more that you put little codes in here to help delineate things, to help you with like team stats and things like that, the more. So Cuba had 2 shots get by him, even though he allowed, 3 shots faced, 1 save. So there were 4 shots on target for Baja California, and so there should be 4 shots faced, 4 saves, but he did give up a goal allowed because Baraclaw had the own goal, which is right there. The other own goal is over here. It's Manwaring. That's so. Ken, I'm saying it is nice to have opportunities to do things that can kind of help other people with their projects. The thing with the spreadsheets like this is that it can often get so gnarly with, you already see like these formulas that get propagated in here, and so like this guy here, this looks it up off of this match fitness page. I've maybe next week sometime I will go through and talk about this sheet and how I have kind of like transformed this to be, so I can do all of the stuff from here, and then I come over to this and it kind of fills in. But these are all validated against team lists. So this is Baja California. That based on this kit knows, okay, I'm going to pick all the players that are Baja California players. And so that's the thing, is the more that I share something like this, then the person using it has to know, oh, well, I got to figure out, I need to change this here and that there. And like I was saying earlier, every game seems to be a tweaking. You saw I tweaked a couple of these columns again, and honestly, I have to tweak this one too, because this is a different table and it doesn't. Let's see. What did I do? So I added the corner kick goal. So let's do that here. Now it's not going to affect this guy, but see the next game, I want that to. I don't want that to be missing, right? So, and that's the same thing here. And I don't know if the formula is any different, so I'm just going to go ahead and. I think it might be the same, but let's just, to be on the safe side. All right, there we go. So, but like, so this goes in and cultivates where things are, in that list down below, in this match events, right, over here. it goes through and finds the out and the in, and that's what plants that stuff in here. So Shiflett was in the 14th minute because Principato had his injury. So yeah. Anyway, but to more of the point of what I would like to say involves stuff like this. These are the ones that here, let's do this. You know, like charts, and not well, somewhat charts, but also like score sheets and things. That's where I tend to like to do a lot of design, because I think they are more easily applied for other people, and I would just as soon be able to help somebody with that. I mean, the charts, condensed charts for Abasaka, yeah, it is a time saver. You don't like to have to flip through that big old Atlas Soccer book if you don't have to, but I don't know. Other people do things like make little 3D printed stuff, and you know, there's lots of guys out there that make little card envelopes that have logos and make a bunch of card sets, and it's awesome. I mean, it's a really neat hobby to have. You know, it's you can spend as much money as you have, but you can also do some things without having to put out a whole lot of outspend if you don't want to. And you know, I try to do the best I can. I'd love to be able to share more of the Cody type stuff, but I would also, you know, the thing to pay attention to is something like the Pro Football Helper. And so there's a couple of different helpers that have been generated for the play games that have been like sort of like officially published, and I think those have often just, you know, there are bugs. It's the same thing I was saying before. When there are bugs, a designer only has a certain amount of time. You know, we aren't doing this as our job. We don't really ask for payment for these things. So you know, I do some database work at work, and I have an IT guy, you know, like a coding guy that I work with pretty closely, and it's like we work with programs that they get updated, but they get updated like every few months, and he's making a, you know, 5 to 6 figure salary doing it, you know, and and it's planned out way ahead, and there's probably, you know, 30 bugs, and you have to prioritize which ones are best to work on, which are the most influential. What can I do in this amount of time, because I've got 5 other things that I'm responsible for. And, you know, it's just, that's the kind of stuff that happens. And again, this is not to complain, it's just to say I appreciate everybody understanding that I would love to be able to be more sharing of the fiddly bits that really kind of like drive this and make things a little bit more streamlined. You know, for instance, this all boils into this particular view, which I can take this, do a copy, find my statistics one, I'll drag it onto this, go to my player stat entry, and just go bada bing, refresh, and Santo Domingo should come to the top, I would think, but we'll see. Yep, 4 goal differential. So that would be another thing that would be a good, I don't don't know if I can show values as... So, yeah, the thing that one would want to do is be able to have plus for, so, you know, a plus in front of the positive numbers. So the way one would have to do that with this is to have a separate column that is your so let's see if I can, I'll horse around here. Just so standing comp is the one that drives that. So here's our differential. So what we're going to do is this is a table. I'm going to insert a table column. Actually, let's insert the table column this way to the left. And we're going to call this diff style. And so what we do is we go equals if, with a bracket, differential. Oh, and we need, so what are the brackets? So for a table, you have, so you can reference another table without the bracket, but then after the table that you reference, then the bracket indicates the column that you want. Now in this case, what I want is the actual row of the column that we're talking about. So we put an at in front of differential here. So that's going to say if differential is greater than 0, then this is going to be concat plus, so I use two different programs. I can't remember if I need double quotes. I think it's just single quotes. Plus, comma, at differential. So what this is saying is that if differential is greater than 0, then you're going to take two things and plump them together into a string. A string is basically a text phrase. Could contain numbers, but the program Excel is going to view it as a text box. So it's going to be plus the number. So it's going to add the plus in front of it. Okay, so that's if it's greater than 0. So an if clause has three parts. It has, at the beginning is the condition. The second one is if it's true. The third one is if it's false. So if it's not greater than 0, then we're just going to go with at differential. And let's see, that should, oh, see, it wants it wants the double quotes. Now you can see how this gets all funky, right? Well, it's because these are still viewing it as numbers. So I don't know. I don't even know. Could I put concat in here and just have the one thing? I don't know if that's going to yell at me or not. We could try it, because if we do concat here and it lets me there, now it thinks they're all strings, which is fine. Because what we're going to do is we're also going to add the so in the table here, we're going to have to update this. So we go to the pivot table analyze. We go to field list. So you can't see that on this screen. So how can I make you see it? There, that's how we'll do it. So, right, we have all the fields that come from this standings comp, right? So what we need to do first is do a refresh on this, and then hopefully there's differential style. We want to add that in as well.